Yo. We are the Levi's Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast. Link below.
Damn rats.
I was just talking to T about that. Yo, she was trying to convince me, which I don't even think it's not even plausible. She was trying to convince me that DC rats is worse.
No.
Well, they're more aggressive.
New York
I was gonna
City?
say, they're more aggressive.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
Well, nah, y'all don't.
Them rats is trill.
DC rats don't run.
That's true.
They'll walk away. They'll walk.
Yeah.
They'll walk away. New York rats, New York rats, they move too quick for me. That's why they bug me out. How you that nasty and ugly and fat, and you just, ooh.
You're right.
I told my homies, I said, there's two things. If you ever want me to snitch on somebody, put me on a boat in the middle of the ocean, or put me in a room full of rats. I'll tell you whatever you need to know.
Yo, come on, man. So you see some rats and then you turn into a rat. That's essentially what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So you just become what you saw.
Just become what you.
All right, I see
Influence is
it.
that important.
Wow. I like people who keep it 100 though. Like, keep it very clear when you gonna snitch, man. Because I'm a snitch too. Like, you come on.
Yeah, I don't do no crime.
We not doing, like, you know how people try to be like, man, you gotta keep it with this, keep the code. Fuck all that.
Listen, I pay taxes.
Stop it.
I pay my child support on time. I'm telling on everybody. I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas talking about. Keep that street shit.
Keep the street shit out
I
of
grew
here.
up in the hood. I ain't hood. I do not follow you.
You were a good kid in a mad city.
I wasn't even a good kid. I just ain't snitch. I just ain't holding no water.
Rules, right?
I hear you.
Yeah, fuck out of here. All that bullshit. Rules, niggas
Stupid ass.
Yo.
We are the Levi's Wise Guys. Your boy Uchay. I'm my boy
QD, Fashizi, from RGM Meezy.
Shout out to the gang. If you're new here, stay a while. And if you've been here before, stay even longer. Y'all know the drill. Although some of you guys may not. We have a very, very special guest. First, before that, what is this? Episode 165? 165. Q, this is where you come in?
Yes. 165. 165.
You supposed there we go. There we go. We got a special guest, man. Just dope talent, singer, songwriter, Grammy-nominated singer, artist. Man, you got a real questionable one in your bio. We're going to get to that, though. It has something to do with the light-skinned guys. I don't know. Like, there's something about that. But he's a high-ranking representative for the light-skinned community. Yes. Co-host of the Joe Budden Podcast, among all other things. Great guy. We got Emanny in the building.
You said it right. You said it.
Did I really?
Listen.
You know I've been going back and forth on that.
I'm gonna make this very clear for everyone moving forward.
Okay.
I 100% messed up my own name.
Okay.
I went up to a very popular radio station, Hot 97 at a certain point.
Yeah.
Did an interview with Ebro, salute to them.
Yeah.
And he said my name a certain way and I just ran with it. I never corrected him.
Oh, wow.
So ever since then, it's stuck. So my mom and my dad named me Emanny.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
So I'm trying to get people now today to call me Emanny.
Wow.
Both of them are not here on Earth anymore.
Rest in peace, man.
So hearing that name,
it reminds you of.
They were the only two people that called me that name.
You know what, man?
You just did some.
You know what, man? I got
right now.
That's so crazy, man.
Yo.
Shout out to Emanny. We got Emanny in the building.
Yes,
Salute.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Listen, we've already said what's up to each other.
Appreciate y'all.
Yo, I really, really enjoy your work. Your music is fire. You know, I'm very familiar with you from back in the day, I must say. I remember you on like old having Joe Budden, collabs, the Jada Kiss collabs. Like you I feel like a lot of people it's well, maybe in the R&B community, they might know who you are, but maybe more broadly speaking, they might not necessarily know who you are, but you have a good story, I feel like.
You know what's crazy? I don't think the R&B world really knows who I am. And it's amazing because I'm an R&B artist, so that's blows my mind. But I've 100% been more attached to the hip hop community because of my features, because of work with Joe, because of Kiss and all the other rappers that I worked with. That became just an easier medium for me to get my name out there. And I kind of got comfortable in that to where now to this day, like I never hung with R&B singers. I never worked with R&B producers. I never like went and built those relationships with those guys because I was always hanging out with the rappers and working with the rappers and doing the hip hop outlets and all that stuff. So
I hear you, man.
I feel like I'm a R&B singer and a rapper's persona or body to some degree.
I hear that, man. You, especially nowadays, man, that can get very murky. I feel like there's a lot of crossover between hip hop and rap. But before we get more into your background, I must say, let's get into some announcements real quick.
Yes, sir.
Q, kick that off, and then we're gonna jump right back into this.
Check out ratingsgamemusic.com, the best music site on the globe.
Bow.
I believe Joe Budden said that the other day.
He did.
We got reviews for who came out? Who came out recently?
Party Next Door.
Party Next Door.
Yes, sir.
Party Next Door.
P4.
Did you see the album cover?
Of course I did. Who didn't see that?
did.
That was
Crazy
Pornhub.com.
album
That was Pornhub.com material, man.
Crazy album cover. Young Blue came out with an album called Jeremy.
Mhm.
Equally, like you were saying, like the bridging the gap between hip hop and R&B.
Yep.
Equally rapping and singing. I thought it was very good, versatile body of work.
Absolutely.
And what's some singles that came out?
Does it even matter?
It doesn't.
Does it even matter?
Check out
The bottom-
Check out ratingsgamemusic.com, best music site on the globe.
And that's what we want to stress, man. Like he said it. Joe Biden co-signed it. We think, but we rolling with it. You know, best music site on the planet. Ratingsgamemusic.com.
Yes,
Y'all check that out. On to some next ones. Y'all make sure to check out the best playlist in the world. It's called Zero Skips. I can't stress that enough. We feature a lot of up and coming talent across the world. Hip hop, rap, soca, dance hall, R&B. Like the vibes are infectious. And y'all should tap in, man. Y'all make sure to go to the link in the description of this video / episode. If you're listening to this on Spotify, hit that subscribe button while you're on our profile. And if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, y'all make sure to subscribe and like the video as well, man. Let's jump back into this though. So on this episode, we're obviously going to be talking about J. Cole's apology. You know, I think I've seen a lot of coverage about the apology, and I just feel like a lot of it has been performative.
That's a very interesting
performative sort of commentary surrounding J. Cole's apology, whether you think it's good or bad. But I think what we really should get into on this episode is just, what does it truly mean? What did that apology truly mean in this situation? Or are we looking too deep into it? Did he actually sort of set the model that maybe hip hop artists should kind of follow, where it's taking a more mental health, peaceful route? Is the old school mentality of rap battling and everything so WWE, is that outdated? Or like I think there's something there that we
I feel like everybody
Come on now.
taking this. I think everyone's taking this apology moment a little bit too far. I do understand why people don't like why it took place and why it happened. But I think there's a real relationship there with him and Kendrick.
Yep.
I think sometimes you do things, and when you get the reaction of not just the people, but then when you get to sit back and see how you feel after, you kind of feel like, well, I didn't have to go that route. And it takes a real man to be able to say that and to also be able to say it in public. And he knows that little back and forth really wasn't about him. He knows about Drake and Kendrick. He knew he could have just fell back. And there was a way to even address it without having to do all the slighting he did in his verse.
Look, we gonna get into that, and
somebody disagrees with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say some might call what you just said
Okay.
soft. You saw what Kanye just said about what's his name? I mean, I'm not calling you that. I'm saying somebody called the perspective.
Kanye got to shut the fuck up.
Okay, hey, listen.
Like, listen, Kanye, this is not about you right now.
I couldn't disagree.
right.
I couldn't agree more, I should say.
Kanye, shut your ass up. You a hypocrite.
Sheesh.
You was a couple of years ago, you was talking this God shit. Now you talking about porn and all that. Shut your dumb ass up, nigga.
Yo, AQ, let's hold off on that, all right? We getting into the topic already.
Oh, boy.
Also, we're going to talk about King of New York. We in New York City. We in the Mecca. We in the once, dare I say once Mecca of hip hop? Or is it always the Mecca?
Once Mecca.
I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not being here.
It's the Mecca of hip hop. Everybody else can have their seat.
Is it though? And we gonna get into it. You don't got it. We ain't gotta go
seat, but this shit
starts here.
But beyond that though, does the King of New York crown still matter? Remember when that mattered? Does it matter? But we're going to get into that discussion in a few. Also, we're going to talk about propaganda and media. You know, I think that podcasting has a big role to play. Narratives are a big part of what's happening in media, in music. This shit damn near became WWE, I feel like, in terms of the way people are moving. There's so much more I could say, but I'll wait till we get to that topic itself. But Emanny, let's talk a little bit about you though, man. Real briefly, tell the people about the new music you got coming up. I want to jump right into that because I heard you on another platform talking about you dropping new music, bro. I want to highlight this.
I'll be lying. But I'm not lying.
Let's talk about the music career briefly and just sort of the music angle, because I feel like that's a piece of you that I don't think many people will actually understand at this point. Being with you with the Joe Budden Podcast.
I never fall out of love with music, but I do fall out of love with the process of releasing music because it's so detailed and there's so many hurdles and things that you have to climb over, especially someone who's an independent artist, truly independent, not someone who has big major backing and then just gets to, gets to go out here and say they're independent.
Right.
So I took about, I want to say my last project I dropped was in 2017. It's the last time I dropped a project. I've released songs since they're little one-offs and things like that, but the process of creating a project is just so detailed, it's so personal that I kind of fell out of wanting to do so unless I was going to do it the right way.
Okay.
So during the pandemic, I started kind of trying to get back in there and record again and see where I wanted to go ahead and direct a body of work, what it sounds like, the topics. I didn't want to do the whole stripper material. I didn't want to do the whole just running the streets. And I wanted to really speak to where I was at in today's life. And since then, I've been recording and building up that catalog. And then I scrapped all that shit. Because I don't like it. And then I started recording again. Wow. And the new materials, amazing. Salute, great team out in North Carolina that I worked with called The Nukes Music. We created a whole EP together. It's fire. Just started working on a EP with Cardiac. So fire, the music we have so far. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure when I'm going to release it.
Okay.
I don't believe in holding on to music, but I also don't feel like rushing the process. So whenever I feel like I'm done, I'll throw it out there. But I don't know. It's been a weird space for me musically. Very weird space. I'm no longer yearning to be the artist that's looking for crowd approval or looking for signing or anything like that. Like I really just want to put out dope music to the people who want to hear it.
I respect that.
Music that you want to hear.
I think that's the key, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people putting out music that the people want to hear, but it might not necessarily coincide with
with me.
What you
and and the one thing is when you put music out, I can't cheap the product. So I'm gonna have to perform. I'm gonna have to do certain things, and I want to be proud about the songs I'm performing and talking about. Press time comes, you don't want to be sitting up there trying to sell a product that you don't even really believe in.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
That's, to me, that's how it should always be with musicians. Like it should always be like that. But is there any of these people that like inspired you like to do this? Like who would you name? That
inspired me? No, not really. I don't really fuck with. I mean,
even when you were young,
come on.
Well, no, younger, of course. You mean Michael, Prince?
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Donny Hathaway.
I'm about to say, damn, you ain't inspired by nobody. She just grew up just.
And even the newer guys, like there's newer guys that like, Chris is always there. Yeah. Usher's always there.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Lucky Day's music.
Lucky Day's nice.
Enjoy Bruno's music. Her.
Yeah.
I love Coco Jones.
Coco Jones.
She's fire.
Amazing.
I do not want her to see me on a payday because I'm gonna lose my whole check. Coco Jones, she's amazing.
She's dope. She's really dope.
Jasmine Sullivan. But yeah, there's a lot of people that inspire me.
Of course.
The reason I asked that is because I know earlier you said like you're an R&B, like you can sing, but you lean more towards like the hip hop side in terms of like your vibe. You know what I'm saying? So like
like I didn't find out how to be a cool R&B guy. I didn't find out.
There's a couple though.
No, because R&B for me,
you know what I mean? Like there's a couple cool R&B guys.
No, for sure.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I didn't find out what made me the cool R&B
how to
guy.
pull it off.
I didn't know how to pull it off.
You for like how
So I really just got comfortable just being around like the hip hop energy.
I got you.
Hip hop,
Authentic,
yeah, it's
authentic
more
for me.
authentic.
I got you.
Okay.
I got
And
you.
I feel like that's how most R&B artists, like the popping ones, that's kind of like the vibe they give off to me. Like Brent Faiyaz.
Yeah.
Like Brent Faiyaz he's not like 112 type.
So-
you know,
so you know
There you go. That's a good
You know
example.
what I mean? Like
That's a good example.
Slim from 112. Like he ain't.
What's funny is I feel like everything is timing, right? And when I was really trying to build on that,
Mhm.
that's not what the labels and everybody else was feeding into.
Yeah.
It was the Neos, it was the Chris, it was people that was
True.
dancing, it was people that was doing a certain level of something else.
Mm.
And along the way, I felt like it's either a matter of me being, I won't say ahead of the curve, but I just might have exhibited something that just
Yeah.
the timing wasn't right for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another problem was I wasn't as consistent as I could have been. So had I been consistent and not take the break of 7 years or who knows, that might have been like, oh, he's been already ahead of the curve. He's one of the guys, the forefathers of that look and that style. But you know, when you take that long of a break and you start to now watch everyone surpass you and what you were already doing for years ago, it's like, all right, you got to just let them cook.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
but
a lot of.
yeah,
Go ahead, sorry. I was gonna say there's a lot of stuff to learn in between.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
For
like
sure.
from 2017 to 2024, like putting music out from 2019 had his own vibe. 2020 had his own
Yeah.
vibe. It was singers that was coming out. So yeah, I can see that.
Yes.
But authenticity to me is as long as you're authentic, like there's gonna be some type of appeal to the music, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They got to connect though. I feel like, you know, like
Even if they don't like, do you connect with what's the dude? Steve Lacy, is that his name?
Yeah, Steve Lacy.
Yeah, Steve Lacy.
yeah.
Like I don't even know what he talks about actually in his music.
Yeah.
But I listen to it and I'm like, it's authentic. It feels authentic.
True.
And it feels like this is good music. You know what I mean?
I hear you. No, you're not wrong. For sure.
I've never listened to Steve Lacy, but I do pay attention enough to see that this is someone who's creating from an authentic place.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't have to really relate to it or believe in it to appreciate the artistic value in it. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really listen to a lot of people. I don't. And at home, I don't listen to music. Most of the time I'm going to listen to music is when I'm in the car. And even then, most likely I'm probably on YouTube before I'm going ahead and turning on a song.
Wow.
So like even my ear today, just for music, like it's, when I do turn on music, I'm usually to the jazz channel. Like I'll go to the jazz,
so many
like
people
I
say
go
that.
back.
So
I
many
want to go
people say
back
that.
and get the older influence to try to figure out how to
how
bring
does it
to now.
connect? How does
Yeah.
it connect? Because it always does. It always does connect, right? Like there's blues aesthetics and influences within obviously country, but then you could also argue that country is related to R&B in a lot of respects, right?
Yeah.
There's some you look at what Tank is doing. I know y'all just had him on the Patreon actually. I
did.
just saw a picture of that.
And it was a great
Yeah,
conversation.
so like he'll probably say this way better than I could, but like there's some relation there, and then of course R&B to hip hop, right? So like there's connections within
With all of it.
genres and more than people know, I think.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do want to say I think you're in a good position because you're at a spot where you're not really putting out music because you probably have to. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a dope position to be in, especially as you're moving towards being more of a broadcaster these days.
Well, listen, let me just say this.
So
It took me a while to get to that place because there were moments where I had to put something out.
okay.
If I ain't put nothing out,
People won't talk about them days.
if I don't put nothing out, it's gonna be $5 biggie bags
God
for
damn.
a couple of days. listen, I'm just saying. And,
That's real. That's
I have a friend who I've always respected. Friend by the name of Felicia Temple. She's an artist as well, but she's a nurse. And I always remember growing up, people was like, "Nigga, if you got a job, you ain't really that invested. You ain't really an artist and this and that." And I kind of like fell into that. Like, nigga, I ain't getting no job. My talent's gonna get me paid.
That's crazy.
And I would watch her, and for years she's like, "Nigga, I'm going to work. Like these bills got to get paid.
Yeah.
All that music shit is cool until your lights is off and all that other shit." So I respected that so much, and I respect it today because had I not had the opportunities to go into other lanes and exist as a writer or exist in scoring or now be on a podcast, I might have been out here
Yeah.
I might have been out here on OnlyFans or something.
Come on, man.
I might have been selling some jums on the block. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Chill out.
It's real.
You never know.
You're right though. I hear you.
know.
You're right. That's crazy on
But
OnlyFans.
I also feel like when you do
that's fucking crazy.
when you do other things too, like you start to see, your artistry differently. Like for me, like I'm a writer, I do, I'm a big IT guy. Like just some of the stuff I've learned from IT, I can apply to like writing.
Mhm.
Some of the stuff I, doing writing, you can just apply it to different industries.
Right.
It just makes you see things differently when you, are doing different things. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's real. That's real. I mean, I want to transition though, man. I want to jump into this combo though about like narrative and the role of media in sort of the landscape of, dare I say hip hop, but in general, Q, I know you came to me with this topic and we chopped it up a bit, but there's so many things we can get in here. I think everybody's aware of the beef, the impending, if not beef that's going on between Drake and Kendrick, right? And of course, everybody wants records here and there. They want responses. People want blood, like J. Cole said. But at the same time, are we as fans, are we as broadcasters, are we as platforms fueling, unknowingly damn near fueling drama, right? Like I brought up the wrestling analogy before because I genuinely feel like there's more at play than I think many people even can know and prove. But like, I mean, Emanny, like, do you think there's a deeper, darker secret here of people playing Geppetto in the industry and we don't know, or what? Talk to me, man.
I think people are missing that this is more about big corporation and label shit and business shit than it is about Drake and Kendrick.
I keep hearing that.
I don't think this is as simple as two guys who don't like each other for whatever reasons, or two guys that just want to be competitive. I think there's something that's happening within the industry that both men are sitting on two separate sides of, and they're trying to make that statement. I think there's a reason why you find Drake being the Thanos of this at a moment where it feels like the whole rest of the industry is coming at him.
The 20v1?
Does it make sense?
It does though.
Does it though?
I mean,
does it?
It does if you begin to get the information that you need for it to make sense.
Okay.
But if the information isn't given to us and now we're needing to dig, it just looks like somebody just walked on a block and getting punched on.
So do we have, but the question is, you're right, but the question is, do we have the information?
No, and you probably won't never get it because that's the reason why the industry is set up the way it is. It's not set up for you to get the information. It's set up for you to believe whatever they decide to let you believe, and you'll have maybe a couple of brave souls that'll be willing to go out there to expose it. But most likely when they do that, they probably not going to have the greatest of careers after. So
okay, so you saying like you might get blackballed if you expose them.
Essentially. That's what I'm hearing.
I won't say blackball because I do believe that certain people are in a space where they might not be able to reach a certain level of success, but they'll still be able to sustain a core fan base. Like Kendrick, I don't think can be blackballed at this point. I think he's someone that there things can be happening in the industry that might limit the grasp that he might have once again. But people who love Kendrick are going to love Kendrick, period. So no, not blackball. I just think that there's a space where just things exist in the industry that we'll never be privy to. And we kind of just got to listen to like the little hints that the artists are giving to kind of try to figure it out for ourselves.
So I'll say this, because, we probably operating off just as much info. Shit, you maybe have more than I do. I don't know.
Of course he does.
I would think so as well, right? Yeah. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's his way to be like, nah, I don't know shit.
Let me say,
that's the out for him to be like, nah, I don't know shit. What you talking about?
I'll assume to have more information, right?
There we go.
But even my information ain't much of shit.
Okay. All right.
So it's
like from experience, from what you've seen.
I've had
in the industry.
I've had experience that I can speak to. I've also had other people in higher positions speak to me about different things. I've also been around others who have way more information than me and have overheard things. So I've been privy enough to certain things, but even in that conversations and information that's been given, ain't been much for me to figure out the whole grasp of this shit.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I think what we all unknowingly and knowingly are trying to do is connect dots, right?
Yeah.
Like, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense? When you hear Kanye saying, yo, we want to get Drake up out of here, okay.
Which is crazy.
Which is kind of wild, right? But Kanye's definitely a loose cannon. I like a lot of stuff that he says, but I also don't like a lot of stuff that he says as well. Like, I mean, there's no other way to put it than that. Like, I don't think all the shit he says is crazy. Like, people try to make it out to be, but at the same time, I'm not copping pleased for the shit that he does say. You feel me? I think that I don't want to go deviate. I know you said some shit about Kanye earlier, but I'm making that point just to say, when he makes bigger points saying that Lucian Grange is Drake's baby daddy, right? He's pointing to a power struggle of Titans higher than people know.
And he might have been your baby, and he might have been your baby daddy
at one
point too.
Which is why he can speak on that level, right? And so that's the sprinkles of information that I feel like might be something that we could probably pick from.
You can't. I think all of us just need to let Kanye do what Kanye do. And not try to break down and figure out what's up with Kanye. Kanye is fucking nuts.
Yo,
all that creative genius shit is great. That's cool. But nigga, you're nuts. And I don't care about none of that shit. Honestly, don't get me wrong. I respect it.
I with you. I got it. I think
everybody should be respected in the realms of which they divvy into. But when you start talking to people as if you are one God.
Yes.
That's problematic. I don't like that. I don't like that.
That you're the smartest person in the room. I never want to be around that person. I don't give a fuck how. And
that's real talk.
And I'll say this because I've actually I worked, well, not worked directly, but when I was in a boys' choir of Harlem, we were commissioned to do work for Kanye for 2 Words, the record with
2 Words.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Most Def Freeway.
Yep.
And this is very early. This is very early Kanye. And you saw the passion then. You saw how in-depth he wanted to go with the music and how passionate he was. And I'm gonna always respect that. But just because I respect you musically don't mean I gotta respect you in life and in your goals and the shit that you saying out your mouth, especially when you're that much of a fucking hypocrite and some of the things that you say are just harmful.
I like that. You know, it's so funny. So I want to bring up another topic real quick within this, but it's so funny. On our last episode, we talked about, can you separate the music from the artist, right? And I think that's like one of them conversations that people be picking and choosing, bro. Like, it's really what it. That's
I know
really,
I can.
Like people. I mean, that's what it come down to, right? Like, I know you rock with Michael Jackson. There's a lot of people who feel some type of way about Michael, good or
fuck
bad.
I don't care. Damn y'all that feel away about Michael. He innocent. I always say he innocent.
Hey, brother.
He ain't touched them kids. I don't care what none of y'all say.
I ain't saying he touched them. I'm saying the mere fact that he even got that on his name.
The speculation.
Yeah, like a lot of people, like, look at what's happening with Diddy.
Swirling.
The fact that this is even on his name, people like, yo, I ain't rocking with him.
That's cool.
You feel me?
I respect anybody that decides that they can't mess with the creative part because of the man that's behind it. I respect that. Me, I can. I'm still listening to Mike. I enjoyed Diddy's last album, so there's certain
fire.
I'm still gonna play.
Fire.
I'm still the nigga nasty, but I'm still playing 12 play. I'm still playing all out this. I'm sorry.
I'm playing it.
That one.
That's why I told him that I'm playing all that shit. Like, I don't care.
It's just a little bizarre.
Not that I don't care about what he did.
Listen, if when you hear the song and it make you think about some young girls, that's between you and your guy.
Hey, man.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Hey, man.
But I still listen, and when I listen, all I hear is good music.
See?
I don't hear any of that other shit. I don't think about the tapes.
I'm with
so
you.
the same thing with Kanye.
Yeah.
Like I can go listen to Graduation, like Late Registration, or new shit, and not attach it to the MAGA hat.
Yeah.
That's real. But I want to talk about narratives though. So like, for example, you know, I don't want to call people pawns in this, but like if let's say this is chess. Let's say we're all pieces on the board, right? There's a role for every piece. The rook is not the same as the queen. The queen is not the same as the king. The pawns are definitely not the same as no damn what's
bishops.
The bishop, yeah, damn. See, clearly I don't play chess. I just know the pieces. Kind of.
Never played chess.
Yeah, you never played chess?
I've never played chess a damn
Bro, you're wildin'.
I'm a checkers guy.
That's crazy. All right, so do you feel like people are being unintentionally or intentionally used as props within this whole issue, if you will? This wrestling match?
That's society.
Society.
That's not just within music. That's with religion. That's with you know, politics. That's where everything. Like we're used like that to control and to now influence other people so that they can be controlled. And we got to be careful about how we go about that. So that's why I say sometimes you get on camera and you'll speak and then you might listen back like, ooh, I got to be a little more careful because the message I am sending out could confuse someone to think something other than what I'm trying to display. So sometimes, you know, we'll get caught up in just wanting to have conversation because sometimes the conversation is your way of trying to figure things out. Even if you're confident in what you're saying, you get the moment to go back. And I have this thing every time that I sit somewhere, I talk, I'm going to sit back to watch it so I can see if I remember any of the stuff I said or if there's something I said that I was like, ooh, that didn't come off the right way.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I can get better at doing that.
Yeah.
So we are used to create and push narratives. Sometimes we do it naturally. Sometimes there's little things out there to help push us to think a certain way.
It's just life.
That's just life.
It's life.
Just life.
So then how should the fans feel? Like with stuff like that? Like with the Kendrick versus Drake beef? Like how should the fan feel? Like is this something?
Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. It's hip. First off, it's hip hop. So hip hop comes from that. And I don't want anyone to ever think there's a day where that needs to stop. No, it's a sport. It was set up as a sport and it's going to be competitive and it should continue to be like that. Now, it shouldn't be a thing where it's a level of violence or certain things that happen within that. But
I agree with that.
I also do believe within the sport, you have some people that are really good at
playing the game. And then there's some people that like J. Cole, amazing rapper. To me, out of him, Kendrick and Drake, he's the best rapper. He's not the best battler or he's not the guy that's made up to go back and forth with. I think he's the best rapper.
And we got a chance to see that. Cool. We will never ask J. Cole to beef with anybody else ever again. We know it's not in you. That's cool. Other than that, it's music, man. As long as ain't nobody dying and ain't nobody finances being up, well,
you know that happens.
That happens sometimes.
I was gonna say, like, come on now.
And the streams is everybody.
And people are actually being incentivized to be pawns.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that kind of comes with the territory. Like whether it's people paying for promo, blog sites, you know, pushing certain narratives, podcasters pushing certain narratives, you know, streamers pushing certain narratives. Like we see it in real time, and I think the people who are kind of aware of the chessboard. Yeah, I think
we got to be
accepted.
Careful,
I feel like
we got to be careful. We got to be careful about how we choose to entertain, how we go about entertaining. Even though at the end of the day, we're not just trying to give out information. We're trying to give out information and entertain at the same time. So, in keeping both intact, you have to have a certain level of respect for the people that you're talking about, because if they didn't exist, you would have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
And you have to also remember that the people that are watching, they don't want to just watch you teach. Just like, like if that's the case, we just go sit in school all day.
That's true.
Like we want this shit to be motherfucking entertaining.
You're right.
So
it's WWE, man.
Yeah, it's a balance.
What are you talking about?
It's a balance. It's a balance.
But they not gonna call it that.
Hey, bro. Hey,
like
listen.
21 Savage does not think the hip hop industry is WWE.
How you know that for a fact?
He's because you hear rappers all the time say like, I don't trust these rappers, and they might say I don't trust them.
Come on,
they
man.
Weird. Every rapper.
It's propaganda, bro.
I think
we went on a whole. Sorry, real quick. I was just gonna say to that point. Yeah, come on. How many years did we go by hearing DJ Khaled talk about they don't want us to win?
Who's they?
That's my point. He's galvanizing a certain message,
but I think
that people can relate to. I think it's just messaging.
I think it's just life.
I think rappers are some of the greatest liars.
God damn.
Well, no, not just rappers. I mean, artists.
There we go.
True.
Artists.
There we go.
True.
I'm with you on that.
We're some of the greatest liars. We're some of the greatest pretenders.
Yeah.
Artist.
Yeah,
Some would argue. Listen, respectfully.
Taylor Swift was.
Some would respectfully argue that Tupac was the greatest performer of all time. There's a lot of people who do not believe Tupac's persona. They feel like he was and he genuinely went to theater school and art school. He was one of them, right?
But
the crossover into the gang culture and persona, a lot of people were like, hold up now, like you ain't like that.
Left field.
I'm not saying he didn't turn into that.
He went.
I want to say this,
but he grew. He grew up.
I don't want to expose our ages, but I'm 40. When Pac died, I don't think people realize how young of a man he still was.
Yeah.
And still
Yes.
working and figuring
Yeah.
himself out.
That's
so
real.
I do think, I know me at
Yeah.
25, 26, 20, I was still doing a lot of stupid shit that might have went against who I was to my normal nature.
That's real.
And
That's
couldn't nobody tell me that's not really who I was or how I was feeling. So I, you know, yeah, he had hypocritical moments. He had moments where he did things that looked like what the fuck, but we also never got a chance to watch him grow into him being able to say, yo, the things that I did as a young man was kind of crazy. I'm glad to be the man that I am today. So I don't like judging. I don't like judging Pac.
Yeah.
Pac and Big to me are just two different beings because we never got to see them
Evolve.
not just musically, but just as men.
As men.
We never got to see that. So
Well, nah,
I mean,
super
also,
well
I
said.
think
Well
added
said.
to that is Pac. If you look at his life story, like Baltimore, New York, I think he was in Bay Area.
Oakland.
Yep, he was out there.
You know
too.
what I mean?
That's true.
LA, like just
well-traveled
mom was
man.
in jail. You
Mhm.
know, mom was
Black Panther, parents, like it's a
you know what I
different.
mean?
Come on now.
Like,
Well-read,
a lot-
well-achieved, at a very young age, movies, all these different things. You would
Bro,
not.
he shot a whole cop.
Well, okay. Well,
Am I capping? He shot a cop, and I'll tell the whole story. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying he shot a cop for assaulting a black man who
shot
he
at-
believed
he shot
was
at
being
some white-
assaulted.
he shot at some white dudes.
That was undercover. I
not
think that's what
knowing
it
that
was.
they were off-duty cops. So-
That's the full.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for
You know what's
clarifying
crazy?
that. I appreciate
I've never
that.
heard this.
Yeah.
You never heard that?
heard this?
That was a big deal.
And he got off.
He got off. He got off.
Yeah.
But I do want to say you brought up J. Cole, and maybe that's
I was
a
gonna say,
good
it's
topic switch because if you want to kick it off.
Yeah. Next topic. J. Cole. One of the people that you mentioned out of the big three, that's the best rapper out of the big three, you said. I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
J. Cole, a couple weeks ago, apologized for making a diss record towards Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
After Kendrick Lamar shot at him first on Like That. While some people are saying that, like, you know, that's honorable, you know, that's very manly of you to be able to come out and tell your real feelings to the world. But then there's the other side that's saying, yo, man, you saying you the best rapper in the world. Like, you should want this. You should want to throw blows at Kendrick. So I think on Twitter specifically, there was a divide. There was some shaming on both sides. Like, some people were like, you know, at the end of the day, you need to grow up. You know, even Charlemagne, I think he came out, he had a monologue about how, like, J. Cole.
It was Donkey Today, actually.
And
he was actually Donkey Today.
He was actually saying how, like, we're sad people for wanting beef and all that, all that. So we never really got to discuss this on our podcast because, you know, Drake dropped a diss record after that. He dropped 2 diss records. Tupac dropped a diss record in between. Tupac and Drake
Snoop dropped the record.
dropped diss records in between that.
Tupac killed that shit.
I thought Snoop killed that shit.
Snoop killed
Bro,
it.
Snoop went off.
Snoop killed it.
The fact that we talking about them niggas like they actually did it is crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
It's insane.
But yeah,
Let's
so
thank AI for that.
I thought it was very interesting, the convo, the divide
Yeah.
of a group of people saying, like, we want J. Cole to be that killer on the mic, and the people saying, yo, like, mental health matters in hip hop. So, like, where are y'all on that
Hey, listen.
spectrum of...
Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm getting, and I want to be very sensitive because, yes, mental health is very important. It is. It really
he's
is.
prefacing this one.
Anytime you preface,
Hey,
it's
put your
something
seatbelt on.
bad.
Bro. Put the seatbelt on.
But
Just being honest with you.
You MFers need to stop throwing mental health on everything just to kind of like lighten the blow of a real conversation. Yo, you, J. Cole, have been the man on every feature, on every record of late, going off, telling niggas you want to go at. What's up? Can't nobody see me? Boom, 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 boom. Cool. And I respect it because that's the bravado and that's the thing that you have as a skilled rapper as such. Now, when you come face to face with someone who says, yo, what's up? Even your friend, yo, what's up? You can't now go ahead and use mental health as your, I don't want to hear that shit. Your mental health should have been in play before you even got into the booth. Like, don't use this as a cop-out. Like, a lot of people do that, and I hate, like,
I'm with you.
That's something that's so serious that rap and you writing a verse should not be the reason why you now want to bring up your mental health.
Yeah.
Like, leave that shit for something a little deeper than just your verse that you didn't really get received well.
Hmm.
Like, bottom line is, you wrote a verse, you didn't like how you felt after it. You didn't either like the response, or maybe you didn't like the fact that, hey, Kendrick might have hit you with a little text like a word or whatever it was. Mental health ain't got nothing to do with that, nigga.
Okay, all right.
You just fucked up.
Listen, I'm with you,
That's
man.
it.
And I'm not even gonna sit here and gaslight you and say, some people gonna disagree. We get it, like, cause I'm actually on your side. Like, I'm with you. I believe.
Well, make sure you say
what's up. Which
you
piece?
are a huge J. Cole fan, or were?
No. Hold on.
J. Cole fan.
I'll preface it as well, just like Emanny did. I'm a J. Cole supporter.
No, okay. See, no.
No.
The truth.
No. We're not doing.
We don't want
I'm not gonna go further than that.
You
Okay.
are a major J. Cole fan.
I'm a supporter. What
You
is
went
bigger
to
than a support?
Dreamville Fest.
I don't like calling myself a fan.
Okay.
Like, I'm a supporter.
Okay, supporter. Okay,
Because I actually will purchase. I will support you monetarily.
I hate fan.
I don't like that word. Like, it bothers me.
I'm not saying.
I get it.
fan.
I'm just saying, don't make me call myself a fan. Okay. I'm calling myself a supporter. Let me rock.
Okay.
But yeah, and so with that being said, like, I go back from 2008, the warm up, the come up, man. Come on, man. QD and myself, man. I still remember the day we were in our dorm room back at VCU, where we went down in Virginia, and we heard Dead Presidents 2, his freestyle, and he literally told me, he said, "Yo, this is one of the best rappers I've ever heard in my life. He's going to be a legend." This is 2008 when he told me that, and I wholeheartedly agree with him. So kudos to you. But the point is this. I agree with everything Emanny just said. Like, hip hop is a sport. I'm all for somebody having their mental health in check. Like, let's make room for that when necessary. However, in a rap battle, which is one of the core tenets of hip hop, I'm still from that era. Like, I'm old enough to have a linkage to that and still remember the more notable beefs out there in hip hop, whether it's Jay-Z, Nas, whether it's Ice Cube and his NWA X group members, the Biggie, Tupac, like, shit was real, but at the same time, it was records being thrown back and forth.
By the way, I just want to say, Ice Cube was like Eminem back then. Like, Ice Cube was a menace.
He really was. He really was.
Ice Cube was that dude.
Yo, the
politicians.
Kids, can we say that? Can we say this for the record? The kids don't know about.
They don't.
Ice Cube is a rapper.
They see.
No, they don't.
They don't know.
What's the kids movie he did?
Ride Along.
Are We There Yet? They see Are We There Yet?
Actually, Ride Along was Kevin Hart. What I'm talking about.
He's clean, but like, if you go back and listen to like Predator.
Yeah.
Oh man, like.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, so with that being said, like, again, I'm a J. Cole supporter. I rock with him, but that move is not what we need. I think that rap being a sport is absolutely one of the tenets that I'm going to die on that hill. I think that what he did was wrong, and tweeted this when I saw it. He going to regret that move. He's going to regret that move. He's going to regret ever talking
his career
and putting his name in that.
His career is solidified.
Come on,
people are still going to buy the albums. People may be mad right now.
He ain't the one, no.
But he don't have to be the one.
But he was talking like he was the one for how long?
Cool. He ain't Neo.
He ain't Neo. He didn't take the pill.
He ain't take the pill, and it's cool.
Okay.
He can be Larry Fishburne. He can be Trinity. He can be one of them. He can be whoever else he need to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
Still important to the story. Still great. But you're not that. And that's fine. You've done enough to where you're gonna always have a fan base. People are always gonna come still see you. There's a large group of people that don't feel a way about this. And the ones that still feel a way about it, I can promise you in another year, he drops something fire, they ain't gonna care.
Of course.
But let me ask you though, real quick, and maybe this is a question for both of y'all. Actually, you didn't give your opinion yet, but I really want to advance the convo to, like, will mental health ever have a space in hip hop? That's really the core of this argument. Will that ever be a thing?
And that was
will we acknowledge it?
That's the angle I wanted to take.
Yeah.
Like, in Twitter, you're never going to hear this. Two things can be true. In one sense, yes, he can feel like, yo, man, I was pressured. I was gassed up to do this diss record when I didn't want to. That's true. But then also, you getting attacked and then wanting to revert back to, like, not wanting to attack back and that looking bad on you, that can be true too. Like, both can be true. You can prioritize your mental health, but then at the same time, I do feel like, you can look bad for, because to me, the way I look at it is, you know, if you look at the history of it, Kendrick just out of nowhere threw, it wasn't a bomb at Cole, but he threw, I think Kendrick did enough for Cole to respond. And he threw the first shot. Like, you know, we were talking earlier, like when your parents tell you, oh, somebody in school hit me.
Yeah.
Like they tell you hit that person back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was Kendrick's Kendrick's real shot to Cole? Like what would
the big three?
I think it's the big three shot.
He said
cool.
It was the big three shot.
Which you say,
Which he specifically said on a bunch of different times, but he also said it more recently on First Person Shooter.
Right. So cool. That's a shot, right?
Mhm.
J. Cole went as far as saying your album's whack.
He went as far
This
as
and that and that. You went and started making up shit that you know you don't even.
you don't believe.
So it's just like, bro, like
that might be the issue. That what he said in that diss record, he just didn't believe it. I mean, but you know, the funny thing in that apology, the issue I had with it the most was he started praising Kendrick Lamar.
I ain't like that.
He was like, yo, hey man,
That was
Kendrick Lamar, give it up to Kendrick. He
That
was
was
the greatest rapper. That's the part where I'm like,
I will actually say, in addition to that, my biggest problem, and you're seeing it now, which he said, yo, Kendrick, yo, I'm gonna have my chin out, bro. You know, take your best shot, man. You got it. Bro, what the name a fight you've ever been in.
To me,
where you said you told another man,
punch me.
yo, I'm gonna stick my chin out. Yo, just go ahead, give me your best one. I ain't gonna do nothing back. And that's why Simba's dissing him. That's why
but I don't like
people are jumping out and dissing him.
But I don't like
I
all
told
that
you that was gonna happen to
I don't like all that.
You did.
I don't like all that. All the rest of y'all chill out.
Yeah.
Because now look clout chasey. It like you just doing it just to be a part of it. You can, Styles P went and he spoke. He went, typed what he said.
He did say that.
But Styles is not now looking, oh, I see a chink in the armor. Let me go ahead and try to look for a moment.
But Styles ain't in the game no more though. Like active in terms of, you know what I mean? Like from a
But he got that respect.
relevancy narrative. He's not.
When Styles speaks.
Well, okay, well,
you get what I mean?
Well, all right, so you said Simba, right? And I salute to Simba because Simba's dope, right?
Yeah.
But Simba ain't, we weren't looking for a Simba response.
True. He's
not saying that he shouldn't be able. No, I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you. He's not in it.
Well, we chose to make it go viral or whatever his response.
He was, but see, he was doing it under. See, this is the disconnect. Earlier, you said, and I agree with you. We said hip hop is a sport.
Mm-hmm.
If we are using that as one of the core tenets of hip hop, we talking about competition. Sport meaning competition. Simba's probably looking at it from that standpoint. It's competition driven. Right. I see weakness. I'm gonna go attack this opponent.
No matter skill, right? When you used to be on the block and it would run like, you know, your teams and 21 and whatever, no matter how good you might have thought you was, you couldn't play on that court with certain people until you got to a certain level.
Yeah.
Or until you got a certain level of shit under your belt to where it's like, all right, now you can come play hoop with us.
That's real talk.
That's real.
That's how I feel. And I'm not saying Simba is amazing. He's an amazing writer, amazing rapper, amazing writer.
He's saying he ain't on that level.
But he's not there yet in the namesake to where we feel like this is your moment to step into this field against this guy.
Got it.
Not saying you can't compete. But
for sure.
This ain't about you. This is about a few other people that we feel have proven themselves in a certain realm. It's one thing to be sitting home, and I'm not saying, I'm also, let me make it very clear, I fuck with Simba, so I don't want to make it
fuck with Simba too. Yeah. Simba's a dope ass rapper.
But like when Drake and J. Cole are on tour, having to hear this beef and this and this and that, and actively doing other things and businesses and this and that, to take away the time to now sit and write a verse means something. That means something.
That's true.
If you're home or if you're just doing spot dates and this and this and that, you find the time to do that, and it's easier for you.
Yeah,
you can get to a studio like this, but if you on tour and you got meetings and this and that,
I don't got time to respond.
I don't have time to do this with you right now.
I respect that.
I just think certain people just need to stay out of this. Just stay out of it.
Well, can I ask this question?
Yeah, real quick, and then let's jump to the next one.
What does this mean for J. Cole's legacy? Like, you know how like an NBA player, one of the biggest things for me about LeBron that he never was in the dunk contest. Like, if you think about some of the greatest Michael Jordan images, it's dunk contest images.
Right.
You know what I mean? LeBron never did that. So I think that's always going to be a stain in LeBron James' resume. I think from a rap standpoint, if you never engaged in a beef, there is a stain there. I think this. Think about all
If
your
you
favorite
never, you said
rappers.
if you never engaged,
If you never engaged in a beef,
or if you never engaged
there's
in a
bit of
credible, beef.
let's say credible, a beef, credible. Think about all your favorite rappers, all the top rappers that we say. Jay-Z versus Nas, Jay-Z, Eminem, multiple beefs.
But credible though.
Credible. I mean, he did, but
I've always
he's
had
done
my
enough.
criticism.
Let's say he's done enough beef. J. Cole, when you actually look at his resume, has never really engaged in any type of beef. He threw shots at people here and there, like false prophets,
Wale.
Kanye. He threw a little shot.
Yeah.
But I thought this is an opportunity, especially when you're calling yourself the best rapper
Fair enough.
of the big three,
I hear what you say.
one of the best rappers of all time. That was an opportunity for you to bolster your resume as that. But that's how I view it. Is that how y'all see it? Like his legacy? Do you think this? Because this now looks like it's a duck. He's ducking a beef.
He has a stain.
Yeah.
He has a stain, but I mean, I don't think it diminishes what he's done. I think we just now know that that's not a strong suit in his career. And let's be very clear. I think a lot of people going to start playing with him that he don't fuck with,
And then
where he gonna go in and say, all right, listen, y'all, I might have gave him the pass, and I might have chilled out, but I'm not bowing out on all the rest of you niggas.
I hope he does that.
And
Honestly, he need to do that.
And I would respect that.
I hope he does that.
It still wouldn't take away the stain of what he did with Kendrick, but it will also show I was genuine about my approach of why I did not continue this.
Fair.
The rest of y'all, Kanye, you
He
can
needs,
get it.
Fair.
He needs to.
Kanye
me,
needs to
you
get.
needs to.
I ain't gonna lie. Kanye need to get slapped up lyrically. He needs to get slapped up lyrically. He needs some bars.
Yeah.
He needs some bars.
Yeah.
I will say this real quick. For me, J. Cole's real interesting because I look at J. Cole, the reception of J. Cole's legacy from like two different generations, right? Like I think that the younger generation, because they're not as adamant about this whole sport, this whole like, you know, all these core traditional things that we put on hip hop, they're not as adamant. I think they've given him more of a pass. They've accepted mental health. Like that's a thing in the millennial generation. Like let's keep it a stat.
Yeah.
That's a millennial thing.
Yeah.
The generation above us, yo, everything was, yo, and my aunties praying for me. You know, I ain't got no problems. You seeing people in your family got issues. Nobody's come on. Mental health is a millennial thing. I think among millennials, they giving him passes. Among the older generation, they gonna remember this and it's gonna be a stain. You see what I'm saying? Like I think it's a generational
Yeah, but we don't
viewpoint.
Matter. But we don't matter.
We don't matter.
I mean, we
don't matter. That's true.
That's true.
We're at this point.
You're right.
The 40-year-old is the dinosaur in music, and
You're right.
who gives a fuck what we think? They ain't coming to hear us talk.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I guess with that note, let's jump to the next topic and last topic. It's been a dope episode. I feel like it's been flying by, damn near.
It's real quick.
Man, does the King of New York title still matter? You know, every time we come to New York, we got to do something New York driven, right? Like New York City. I feel like the last time we were here, we went to a Knicks game.
Oh yeah,
We actually went to the home opener
of
last season where we saw Julius Randle getting booed. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was insane. And I was actually sad for him, man. That's how I knew.
He's
like
balled since.
It's true.
And
For different reasons though, he got hurt.
Yeah, can't wait for him to come back.
Yeah. And so with that being said, with this time around, we want to talk about, you know, the King of New York title. You know, again, it's kind of a carryover from the last topic with hip hop being a sport. We know competition is a big thing among rap. In particular, King of New York. Remember when Jay-Z had the crown, guys? Remember when people used to legit go on radio stations and go back and forth talking about, I'm the king. No, I'm the king. No, I'm the king.
Yeah.
Right? We even saw Kendrick Lamar, who's not even from New York, on Control talk about, I'm the king of New York.
Yeah, I ain't like that shit.
Which was mad disrespect.
It was super, and people gave him a pass.
Well, I mean, they saw the play.
They gave that man a pass, bro.
You know,
I ain't like that shit.
They gave him a hip hop pass, but my point is, somebody from LA understands the currency associated with being the king of New York, even though he's not from New York. And so, with that being said, in more recent past, we've seen New York go through a bit of a shuffle in hip hop. Right? There's not really much poppiness in terms of people moving the needle. I feel like in
worldwide,
worldwide reception of New York
I won't say that.
City.
I won't say that.
We talking about newer generation, but I want to be very clear,
I
right?
won't say that.
You wouldn't say that?
I won't say
Okay,
that.
drop me some names. Who are the hottest people you would consider King of New York?
Well,
king or queen, right?
well,
Or queen. Or queen.
Let's be very clear. Before he passed, Pop Smoke was
Pop
doing-
Smoke.
Pop Smoke.
Great.
I'm
Pop
with you.
Smoke was out of here.
Ace Boogie 100% still
Who?
had Ace Boogie.
Oh, A Boogie.
I
A
said
Boogie.
Ace
Got it.
Boogie, yeah.
A Boogie.
A Boogie,
Boogie with the-
my bad.
No,
A Boogie. I'm bugging. Cardi 100% is in that conversation. I mean, you gotta say Ice Spice. You gotta say Fabio. It's a lot of Didi Osama is somebody like I'm now starting to get familiar with the younger guys because I have to.
Yeah.
But when you start looking at the algorithms and the other places, they are really in tune with these younger acts. The difference is that they're not really doing what we deem to be hip hop. So when we said King of New York, it came with lyricism and all that other stuff behind it.
That's true.
Now that's not really the focal point of what
Mhm.
New York rapper today is looking to do. So
Right.
I think the title no longer matters. I don't think no one cares about King or Queen of New York. I think we had the conversation off camera about just the Mecca and if New York is still the Mecca. And, you know, in business, you know, yeah, you got to come through New York. But, you know, New York isn't as prevalent as it used to be as far as being the home front for just what hip hop sounds like.
Yep.
And I don't think anywhere
Got it
is.
started.
I don't think any, I mean, people say Atlanta and they could go to Atlanta, but I see enough of California influence. I see enough of down south. Like I see enough of it going on in all the spaces that I just think hip hop just looks different today.
Sure.
Like it's not even a place where you can say holds it at this point. I remember a point where everybody was trying to sound like Chicago niggas and do drill.
That's a fact.
I remember when everybody was trying to sound like Future.
That's true.
I remember all that.
That's so true.
I think everybody now is just, you know,
more
creating-
individuality, like more just doing their own.
And they take what they like, right? The influences
It's
are
not
so,
about-
they're
it's not
not
about where
regional.
they
Before
are.
everybody, you could
Yeah.
tell where they were
It's not
from,
about where
even
they
on the microphone and in how they looked. You know, I remember like more recently, I feel like A$AP Rocky is one of the
A$AP
probably
Rocky
dudes from like the
was-
more like newer, I call them new generation, the blog era type generation where I remember he was rapping over down south beats, right? But he got a New York swag with it, and that was confusing to a lot of people. And so whether it's the Houston sort of swag and just production he was taking, I thought it was a dope twist. French Montana did the same thing, not necessarily with Texas, but with Miami and sort of, you know, Florida, Atlanta. He was rapping over down south beats.
I feel like a lot
Hey.
of them.
Come on, man.
if y'all want to keep it a buck, if we got to give somebody the crown for New York, we got to give it to Nicki.
That's true.
Nicki is
true.
Nicki
Nicki,
is
yeah,
and
that's
Nicki is she
would.
does all the other shit.
Nicki the King of New York.
But Nicki is still rapping.
She's the king.
I like that.
think
I like that
she's the king
take.
of New York.
I like that take.
Nicki's still rapping.
Yeah.
You go to her concerts
At a high
they-
level too.
They singing all the sing shit and they rapping all the rap shit. And she ain't just up there giving you no cheap bars. She's rapping.
Yeah.
So
I agree
if
with
we gotta call somebody something of New York, I'm going with Nicki. Can't no one.
You went to a concert, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think I heard about that. I
and it
saw
was
a picture
very-
of something like
very
that.
interesting experience.
That's dope.
Very interesting.
dope.
But I enjoyed it.
Interesting experience. Yeah, like
Yeah.
hey, can we get a little bit more detail there? What you mean by interesting? Let's break it down.
I went with Joe. He hit me and was like, "Yo, you want to go to this joint?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure." I'm not now. Remind you, I don't listen to Nicki on a regular basis, but I acknowledge her immense talent.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, it'll be good to see what that experience looks like. We got there and we sat in some seating that was interesting. We were like, I guess Nicki has a place in the crowd called Gag City. Pause. And
That
it's
is hella
literally
pause.
it's literally
That is crazy.
it's next to the stage, like literally right next to the stage.
No Diddy like shit.
Yeah,
Let's
crazy,
clean
right?
that one up.
And we were literally in the middle of all of her die-hard
Oh, the bar.
fans.
You were in the middle.
We were right there.
Wow.
The bar
And-
girls and all of them.
It was the Barbies. It was the Kens.
Wow.
It was the
Kids, too.
I don't know what you call what doll would be like
in
the
between.
the It was the whatever it was. It was a bunch of people there.
Was that the non-binary version?
Yeah,
Is that what
I don't-
what you? I'm trying to. I hope
I
I
don't
use
know.
the right label, guys. I don't know, man.
I don't know what name to say.
Don't know.
The Bems. The Benz. It was the Benz. Like everybody was there.
There you
Everybody
go.
was there. Everybody was super cool.
Yeah.
Joining, they see Joe. Oh shit, what you doing?
Yeah.
It was like, all right, this is great to have this experience, but we need to get the fuck away from here so we can actually just watch the show and enjoy the show. So
Right.
we go to the back, and we watch the show, and I was so impressed with just her performance.
Like
I was
work
impressed
ethic,
with
you
her
know.
work ethic. I was impressed with the crowd,
Yeah.
how in tune they were with her. Like it just felt like you were at a family reunion.
Wow.
That's a
It felt like you were at a family
That's a
reunion.
a hell of a
So
description.
It
there's
is.
certain people that curate real fan bases off of just their energy. Nicki has done that. That should never be talking down to. It should never be disrespected. She owned, I know people say she has a certain energy too, but fuck all that. I might have that energy too if I
Yeah,
was able to get
for
on
sure,
stage
for sure.
and see me control a room like that. So
I respect that.
Wow.
yeah, I give Nicki King of New York.
I think she
Nikki
is, too.
is the kid.
I
That's
actually
a
think
hell of a way
I
to
think she is.
round up.
There's-
No, I can't disagree with that.
There's
I
some
really
people,
can't. I really
there's some
cannot
people
disagree
that
with that.
saying like, they decided to take J. Cole out of the big three.
Yeah.
There's some people saying Nicki should be in that big three.
I wouldn't go that far.
I've heard that though.
Yeah, you got.
I wouldn't say that.
With the Barb saying
I've-
this,
I've heard
or this
people say
like
that.
The
non-
Barbs would say she should be one. So yeah.
right.
Oh.
So that's who said this. That's all I want to know.
And I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at somebody saying, she competes at the same level.
Sure,
She
sure.
sells
I
at
think-
the
yeah,
same
sure.
level. So yeah, I wouldn't
And
be
she's
mad
competitive.
Yeah.
She's competitive.
No, she's no slouch. Like
Yeah.
at that. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
She's the best female rapper we've seen. Period.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was trying
I
to,
agree
man,
with that, but-
I was trying to think about a guy or a girl. I guess
Just
I feel like a
somebody
lot
who
of
you
times
think-
women get slept on, especially King. I mean, you get the name right.
Hey.
We just conveniently just leave out the women when we start
Yeah.
talking about kings or something.
Well, Nicki made us do that. Nicki made us have to
Hmm.
now acknowledge when you get on a song with Jay and Kanye and everybody else and you out rap them. And she's been consistent in her raps. There's not been a time where she's ever gotten on a song with that elite rapper and has been diminished.
Yeah.
And she write her shit.
Yeah.
And she perform her shit.
Yeah.
And she has character to it. Yeah, she should be mentioned in the same. Old wrestling heads. If you remember the time when they tried to make China be like,
yeah.
she could fight other dudes.
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
I remember that.
Intercontinental champion.
Hell
It was like,
yeah.
Huge.
I remember China.
Yeah, she was huge.
With Triple H and them?
Yeah.
yeah,
hell yeah. Come on now.
She got to a
Generation
point.
X.
Yeah,
Exactly.
She got to a point where she became so big, we had to respect what she was bringing to the industry,
That's
not
true.
just on the female side, but
That's
she
true.
was now being competitive again. Nicki is that.
She's that.
Nicki should be compared to the guys, not just the women because she's a woman rapper. No, she's
I
that.
agree with that.
All right. I don't have no pushback on that. You're right. I think she's the queen or king of New York, whatever she wants to be called. And you've had a lot of praise, but I need your honest reactions and honest opinion here, just real quick. No bias aside. I know you went to a concert. I'm sure she took care of you and all that. I'm sure it was great.
Took care of Joe. Well,
Yeah.
I fall in line. Yeah.
What is your honest opinion of Bigfoot? Come on,
What do you mean?
the song, the diss she had towards Meg Thee Stallion.
I like.
Did you hear that?
I like.
What's your honest opinion?
I liked it on the original beat.
The original
hear
beat.
the
Yeah.
Oh, the other, basically the one that it was not released initially.
I like it on the.
Okay.
Yeah, it went
All right.
better with that beat.
Okay. All right. You good?
What's your
This
opinion?
guy's good. This guy's good, yo.
What's your opinion?
This guy's good, man.
Next
I concur. I concur.
You better watch it. 'Cause the bar,
I concur. No, I concur.
you'll see these. You'll see.
Nah, real talk.
these
Yo, I don't want no smoke. man. I actually don't want no
They
smoke.
put your home address on it.
Yeah.
I don't not mess with them bars.
No, I don't want no smoke. I will say I agree with you. I mean, the other beat was way more fun. I think the way she released it with the first one, it just didn't sound right to me. It didn't sound right. The bars didn't hit. But it definitely hit on the second one. 100%. Kind of reminds me of the new Drake diss, right? You saw the not new, but the push-ups one?
It came
Remember
out.
did you hear the
Yes,
original
the
push-up?
original, Yeah, I ain't like it. And then
Exactly. But when the new joint hit, it's like, whoa,
Listen,
this is a bomb right here.
As an artist who's made songs and R&B songs where I've made them to a certain beat and then got them reproduced and then it didn't hit the same, I understand what that is.
Yeah,
Because when you're making,
yeah.
you're tailor making things with certain melody,
Yeah.
to a certain snare,
Yeah.
to a certain hit, so it hits different. the inflections is different. Yeah, that all matters. So
All right.
I can see that. I can see that.
I respect that, man. Q, you got anything else?
I got nothing bad to say about Nicki either.
Come on.
That was Bigfoot's the greatest diss record I ever heard.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
smart.
Okay, all right.
You gonna go far. You gonna go far.
Hey, you might be. Are you sure you ain't one of them pawns on that chessboard we was talking about earlier? I'm just saying,
if it
bro.
comes with money,
If it come with money?
I'll palm my ass off.
Palm my ass.
Hey, it's either that or OnlyFans, man.
Exactly.
I'm telling
Yo,
you.
you in this damn OnlyFans, bro.
Hey, listen, man.
Yo, he got OnlyFans coming. Hey,
Hey, man, it's free sign.
hey, subscribe to Emanny's new OnlyFans. That's basically what he's trying to tell you.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. If I lose my voice and I can't podcast or something, I gotta do something. I gotta figure something out.
Hey man, it's free sign up.
Child support gotta get paid.
Free sign up.
I think they start charging you monthly, or how does it work?
I don't know how it works.
Oh no, let me tell you how
sign
it
up for
works.
free.
I don't know how.
Let me
just need an email.
let me tell you how it
Let
works.
me tell you how it works.
Go ahead, get your email. You put your credit card information in, and you just go hit subscribe on what you need to subscribe to.
That's crazy as fuck.
Whatever the price is, the price.
Yo, how many OnlyFans you subscribe to at this point?
None.
Keep it a buck.
None.
All right. How many? Sorry, wrong question. How many illegal links do you have to the OnlyFans models that you actually care about?
I got one page that
There we go.
I got one site, and I'm not giving it up because I feel like once I give it up, other people gonna go to it and it's gonna blow up the spot. And I ain't letting y'all blow up my OnlyFans.
That's crazy.
So
This guy-
yeah, no, I won't pay for stuff like that.
Nah,
Yeah, me neither.
fair enough. I won't either. By the way, I'm not. It's not really my bag at all. Porn sites are free, man. What are we doing, guys? But listen, I respect to all the models out there making bread, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, well, loosely as musicians, right? It's like you can either pirate your favorite artist music, right? Go get it on Napster, LimeWire,
LimeWire, yeah.
or you can go support them as a fan, like we talked about earlier.
well,
you can be a
I'm
supporter.
gonna do the LimeWire route.
So you're gonna steal money from them, is basically what you're saying.
No.
It's like,
Oh, I am. Hey, listen.
yeah,
Figure it out for yourselves.
there we have it.
Somebody gonna buy it.
Somebody go
It
buy
ain't
it.
gonna be me.
Yo, Emanny, this has been great.
Yeah, it's been
Emanny,
fun.
excuse me.
Yes.
This is we gonna make that stick too.
Yeah.
Emanny.
Yeah.
Emanny.
I'm working on that. It's a rebrand, and I remember I was gonna change my name to E Major, and I did that for all of like 3 weeks, and all my friends clown me like, nigga, I'm not calling you fucking E Major, nigga, get out of here. So I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna rebrand myself, I might as well rebrand myself back to the name that my parents gave me.
There we have it.
And
That's how it should be.
that's what I'm focusing on.
That's real.
Listen, other than the Joe Budden Podcast, which I know y'all can check him on, what?
Patreon, go sign up.
Patreon.
Yeah.
There we go.
Go sign up to that Patreon. It's the proper OnlyFans of the world.
There we have it. See?
Yeah, go sign up there and tune in. We have some great things going on over there. I'm just happy to be in the space. I'm having a great time being a part of it, learning a lot, wanting to take everything that I learn and apply it into other things. Salute to y'all. I think anyone that's even takes the steps towards doing this should be commended, and then sticking with it is a whole nother thing, and being consistent. I tried doing it before. I did not have the patience or the consistency to keep it going. Yeah. It's something that I would want to do again at some point, but yeah, man, salutes to y'all, and
thank you, man.
Yeah,
thanks.
It's been dope.
Appreciate that.
For
Appreciate
sure.
that. Yeah, man, we trying to do what we do, man. You know, we trying to make it work, man. We here in New York City, we based in DC, but listen, we had to come through, man.
Man. Yeah, listen, I love
come
DC.
through.
I love DC. I'm when you said you was coming here, I was like, all right, dope. I ain't got to travel, but I was like, damn, I had a little run in
DC.
Oh, you would have been cool with, because I didn't want to ask you to come out to us, so I was like, fuck it, we go up there anyway all the time.
I just went to DC and made a couple of calls and
See?
and kicked back for a day. But no, I appreciate you guys coming out this way. This is dope.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Listen, next time you in DC, man, listen, now I know. You got some other folks to
Yeah, for
orchestrate
sure.
some plays with, you know.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
definitely be out there.
And with that, hopefully you guys watch to the end of the episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button. You know, follow the gang, man. Listen, we are going up, as you guys can see. QD, any last words?
Subscribe to whoever's OnlyFans you want. It's your world.
See? And as always, if you're giving advice, just make sure that thing is ill.
Yes, sir.
Bow!